When you were a kid, you probably weren't a big fan of doing chores. The meager amount that your parents would give you for an allowance was probably the only reason most of us made our beds and put away our dolls and action figures. And in the blink of an eye, that money would be gone, leaving us to wait another week till payday. But in the case of Tinsley Blue, her weekly allowance was used in a way that many adults who supposedly have better budgeting and self-control wouldn't dream of. Now people of all ages are starting to follow this little philanthropist's example. Hello wonderful people, I'm Scott Leffler for WonderBot. And here is 5-year-old girl is using her allowance for a purpose that's leaving people without words. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. Meet Tinsley Blue, age 5, from Alabama. In most ways, she's not at all different from other kids. She likes things like Minecraft and the color pink. But this little girl has proven that you can do remarkable things at any age. Her weekly allowance couldn't really buy her too much, maybe a decent-sized sugar rush at the candy store if she was lucky. So Tinsley's mom was surprised when she was asked if she could spend it in an unlikely place. Strangely enough, her destination of choice was the local 99-cent store. Most kids would be horrified to receive a last-minute gift off the rack of one of these places, but what she was after wouldn't be found in the toy aisle. The first thing that she wanted was gallon-sized Ziploc-style plastic bags. Sure, maybe she could have used them for a craft project or something for school. But the next items she purchased were even more of a head-scratcher. Tinsley also picked up several cheap paperback novels. These were obviously way beyond a 5-year-old's reading level. And we're willing to bet that historical romance fiction wasn't suddenly a popular genre with the kids. So what was going on here? Tinsley filled bags with miscellaneous things like umbrellas and ponchos. Once she had filled them, she was ready to start her mission. She was ready to make up for an incident that had a profound impact on her life. See, one night Tinsley was out with her family for dinner at the restaurant her father worked at. It started out as a fairly typical evening, but things took an unexpected turn when the little girl noticed something outside that deeply disturbed her. What she saw was a homeless man sleeping on an old mattress outside. Where's his house? Where does he sleep? Where does he go if he gets cold? She asked. Upon hearing the answer, she knew she had to do something. Tinsley would use the meager allowance she got by doing household chores and cleaning her room each week to fund her trip to the 99-cent store to create blessing bags. She started to look into what items the homeless needed most. She made sure that they were filled not only with hygiene essentials like deodorant, but also things to eat and drink too. She put in the paperback books to give the homeless a way to pass the time. Before long, she had a full-scale operation on her hands. You see, even at 5 years old, Tinsley could see how big of an issue homelessness was in her city of Florence, Alabama, and how people would look the other way. She made it her mission to help in more personal ways. A little thing like money didn't matter to Tinsley when she realized that there were so many people in her town that needed a helping hand. Her compassion continued to amaze her family and the community around her. Even when she doesn't have bags, she still wants to help people if she can. And her mother, shown here, continues to be amazed by her requests. If she sees a homeless person and has juice or water with her, she'll ask, "Mama, can I give them my juices?" She acts like these people are no different to her. She'll be like, "Hey, how you doing? And God bless you," her mom said. But Tinsley knew if she wanted to make change, she needed more people to get involved. So how would a 5-year-old do that? Though it started off as a family affair, Tinsley soon started to recruit her friends to participate in drop-offs at Wilson Park, where the homeless in the community tend to congregate. She's continuing to look for new ways to help as many people as she can. The first time she did a drop-off, she handed out 5 bags. Then this last weekend, we did 20. And this coming weekend, we're aiming for 30. This little girl's hard work for the homeless has inspired her neighborhood to do their part too. Though she would continue to use her allowance, the community started to donate goods to help Tinsley's cause. It would be easy for her to stop now, but when asked why she was choosing to spend her time and money like this, she had a touching answer. "They're the same as us," she said with a shrug, as though it were the most obvious thing in the world. Across the world, kids the same age as Tinsley are showing compassion for people who really need it, and the results are incredible. Ryan Quixote seems like your average 3rd grader. He enjoys cooking with his mom, spending time with his friends, and playing sports. But recently, Ryan made a big choice that got some serious national attention. See, Ryan's not afraid to try new things and take a big risk from time to time. He even joined the Napa Valley Ballet Academy. So when Ryan learned something troubling about some of his classmates, he took action. It all started when Ryan saw a news report about a girl who was denied a school lunch because her parents hadn't paid off the entire lunch debt. That didn't sit so well with him. Ryan's mom, Kylie, remembered what her son told her then. He said, "Nobody should have to buy their lunch at school. We should just have lunch together because we're friends and that's what we do." So Kylie called up his school to figure out what their policy was for students whose families couldn't afford their school lunches. The answer took her by surprise. Unbeknownst to the parents, they get a bill sent home to them, said Kylie. I mean, imagine a 5-year-old coming home with a bill in their backpack for $500. Ryan wouldn't stand for that. Ryan wanted to know how much students in his own class owed in school lunch debt. In his class, kids owed $74.50. But in the entire school district, there was an outstanding balance of over $20,000. Families were struggling, so Ryan made a bold choice. He went right up to his room, collected all his hard-earned allowance money from the past 6 months, and told his mother he wanted to pay off the $74.50 of debt for the kids in his class. Kylie was stunned. He used the money to pay the debt, and the office was really confused about what was going on, Kylie remembered. We explained the story and they happily took the donation. He told the school secretary, "Can you please tell my friends' families that they don't owe any money for lunch?" Kylie said. School officials shared her amazement. In fact, the principal of Ryan's school was impressed with his desire to help his classmates. "It's a wonderful way of thinking about other people," said Principal Amy Scott. "I'm proud to have him as a student." Still, Kylie knew his donation would come with complications. Kylie herself was so floored by Ryan's selflessness that she nearly cried. But even though she was enormously proud of her son, Ryan didn't want anyone to know about the gesture in case they felt ashamed. Ryan preferred to remain anonymous. But Kylie wanted everyone to know just how thoughtful her son was. She posted about Ryan's gesture on social media, and local news quickly picked up the story. In just days, it was a viral sensation. While he's happy about the positive response, Ryan knows there's more work to be done. Many critics pointed out that while gestures like Ryan's are touching, it's a result of a larger problem that's leaving students in debt in the first place. The problem's gotten a lot of national attention recently, like in the Warwick Public School District, where kids aren't allowed a hot lunch if they've accrued debt. But much like Ryan, one woman decided to take action. Angela Penta is a parent in the district and was tired of kids being shamed for not being able to afford a school lunch and decided to do something. She got to work and raised over $4,000 to pay off the debts. But when she got to the school, she was met with a surprise. Unlike in Ryan's case, Angelica's donation was denied. She was astounded by the school's callousness. "There is no need for any child to be denied a hot lunch," she wrote. "We never know a child or their family situation. Everyone struggles at some point." Once the news got wind of what was happening, the story blew up online. Even the CEO of Chobani issued a statement. The school quickly reversed their policy, but Ryan knows that's only a small part of the problem. Thankfully, because Ryan made these students' voices heard, politicians started to notice. Senator Tina Smith and Representative Ilhan Omar even introduced a bill that would make it illegal to shame students for accruing school lunch debt. Ryan knows the fight has just begun and is hopeful for the future. It doesn't matter how old you are, look at what you can do.